In this video, we're going to try to decide if the Lions should trade for some defensive help. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Chris. I make videos on this channel with my friend Craig. We're Detroit sports fans that are definitely homers, but try to keep it real, so please consider subscribing. Okay, the Lions, through 2 weeks, look terrible on defense, especially, I would say, at linebacker. And what concerns me most about linebacker is the fact that we drafted a guy that looks the part. Derek Barnes out of Purdue, played well in the preseason, looked fast, looked strong, and he did not see the field in week 2 versus the Packers, to the point where like he has to be injured or something. But Dan Campbell did not mention that he was injured, said, yep, next week maybe he'll get some time. And so to see our two linebackers, I mean, Jamie Collins just looks so slow. It's just incredible. I mean, our two linebackers are so slow. And the fact that our rookie that, you know, like I said, looks good, did not get on the field, we have to consider, should we trade for some linebacker help? We could actually go all 3 levels, but I mean, really, linebacker help would be what we need to just kind of make this season, I mean, a little easier to watch. So I kind of look back, and if you're going to trade in the mid-season for, I guess, a backup, right? Not too many teams are going to give you a starting linebacker right now, but I guess they could. But just for, hey, a good player that is a backup, you're going to need to spend a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick to get that person. So would it make sense for the Lions to do that, given that they're in, 2 weeks into their rebuild that's going to be 2-3 years long? And so the answer is, can we stay patient? Can Brad Holmes stay patient through losing? It's so easy in the offseason to look at the moves that he made, and they were the right moves, but on paper, when you have, name the player, Jamie Collins, it's like, oh, I've got Jamie Collins, linebacker. But it's like when you actually see him out on the field and struggling, it's so much harder. And then you're losing games. So I think all Lions fans can kind of generally agree that in the offseason, we did the right things. We did what we're supposed to do in order to compete for the long term, but still doesn't make this year easier. So especially after 2 weeks, seeing the defense be so bad. And what's most frustrating is that the offense is looking decent. The offense is moving the ball, but they just, no margin of error when the defense is so bad, and then it ends up being just, the game gets out of hand. So would it make sense to trade a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick right now in our rebuild? Well, what we've learned, especially with Brad Holmes, but just in general the NFL, is that draft picks to certain teams are super, super valuable. Even a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick is so valuable. And you see trades where it's like, man, a 6th round pick for him, like, awesome, let's do it. Or a 6th round pick, no, I wouldn't do that. But a 6th round pick to a rebuilding team, I think you have to have that. You have to have as much draft capital, because we saw it this offseason. Good players, or just players, are not just standing around looking to sign. I mean, it is, the good players are gone. And free agent wise, you're not going to get people knocking down Detroit's door, especially after this season when we win 1 or 2, 3 games. So you need every draft pick that you can get, because you need to hit on, your 1st round, 2nd round, 3rd round. Really, your 4th round would be ideal. I mean, that's a tall order to hit on all 4 of those, but you even need those late draft picks. And so as much as it pains me that they would just stand pat and just kind of grind out this season, I don't think you trade. I think you give Derek Barnes, start the guy. Start him, see what he can do. He can't be any worse than our slow linebackers. Save the draft picks. We knew what we were getting into in this year. Don't get impatient. Stay the course. This first year of this rebuild with bad former Patriot contracts on the books that are going to come off the books, next year is going to be so much better. I really believe that, but we just have to stay the course. I don't think we can give up draft capital for, someone else's backup-ish linebacker that they're going to give you here in week 3, 4. So I think we stay the course. We give Derek Barnes, we start the guy, let him go. let him go. If he's going to be part of this team, if he's going to be a fundamental piece at linebacker, let's get him in right now. And we don't trade. And then we see what we got. Maybe if it's really, really bad here, and it looks like we may not win a game, maybe before the trade deadline, then we can revisit it. But for now, I think we're okay. Defense still terrible, but Derek Barnes, let's give him a shot. So hey, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Subscribe if you have not, and we will see you on the next one.